I got early access to Daredevil, and before we dive into his kit, I need to take a second to appreciate what the developers have done here. Every hero in Marvel Rivals feels authentic. But Daredevil is on another level. The moment that you play him, you feel like Daredevil. The animations, the vibe, the way his kit flows, it's phenomenal. They nailed it. The goal today is to give you an early look at what's possible with him. I'm going to go through the damage numbers, the abilities, combos, his playstyle, how he really works in game. And when he's officially released, I'm going to take probably a couple days, even more, to give a full in-depth guide that builds on this. But for now, think of this as a showcase of everything that he's going to bring to the table. And by the way, he also has some of the coolest voice lines in the game.
I see you. Our enemies are near. Deep breaths. Slow your heart rates. You're on my radar.
Vortex field.
The punishment turret is... Trial's over.
Base stats first, Daredevil comes in at 325 hit points. He's a duelist. And as a team anchor, he gains plus 25 max health. That's how he gets to 325. And he gets a 5% damage bonus to all of his attacks. So all the numbers that you see today are going to reflect that setup. Let's first talk about his passives, starting with the one that defines his identity, his vision. Radar Sense. This ability lets you detect enemy movements within a set radius. It completely changes how you see the game. When you spawn in with Daredevil, the world shifts to this purple neon glow at a distance. For this vision, there is a visual scaler in the settings. The default is at 80, and this can go up or down. If you max it out at 100, I guess for even more Daredevil immersion, the edges of his vision are just black. The terrain silhouettes sharpen, that neon color, or you can go down. Personally, I have it around 25. This doesn't change how the rest of his kit works. Honestly, it's an immersion thing. I like it here. You can push the scaler up or down depending on your preference. Now, in terms of the vision range, how it works, his true vision is about 30 meters. Inside of this distance, everything is fully lit up, clear terrain, clear enemies, and once enemies move beyond that 30 meters, the black part of his vision, you don't see them constantly. Instead, you get timed pulses. And these pulses perfectly are synced up with the pulse effect coming from his head. Super cool. This pulse goes all the way out to 50 meters. If they're within 50 meters, you're going to get a vision pulse. Outside of that, and like we know that these bots are here, they're not going to be picked up. So overall, you see everything that you're looking at 50 meters and in, they'll get pulsed. If they're outside of that, you won't see them. And on screen, 30 meters and in, you'll see everything visibly. But with these pulses, you can track enemies through walls, which is huge. And also, as far as seeing, that includes Invisible Woman or phased targets, Invisible Woman, Loki, Scarlet Witch and her projection. All of those can be seen by Daredevil. And with this vision, you can find priority targets through walls, feed that directly to your team, and also target specifically who you want to go for. It's a really cool mechanic and it feels true to his character. The second passive is Blind Ascent. This is his movement. It lets Daredevil cling to walls. You spring off them to reposition, like most crawling on walls in Marvel Rivals. Hold the jump, hold forward. He starts to move up it, climb, and when you release the forward button, the movement button, while still holding your jump, he's going to stick there. From that, he clings, so you can wait, scout, set up, spring off for the dive. And when he dives, he does it near instantly. So this is a simple but incredibly important mechanic because it ties directly into how fast Daredevil can find and collapse on a target from a number of angles. So passively, his vision tracks them down. He has the mobility to get into position, and then he has the tools to strike. And when you put it all together, Daredevil plays exactly as you'd hope. Very fast, often punishing, and above all, super fun to play. Next, we build on it. That leads us to Sonic Pursuit. It's your F, you lock onto a target, and you do it even through walls. Daredevil gains increased movement speed and damage resistance from attacks, and while in range, you can dash to them. Once the dash hits, it blinds them and restores Fury. And I'm going to talk about Fury as we go on. This is where his loop starts. You can ping enemies 40 meters and in, and whenever you ping them, you gain increased movement speed. So just at base, as you're coming into a fight, off spawn, ping something. That way you get the movement speed. And then when you get closer, you're going to pick the desired target you want to go for. As far as damage resistance, you get 20% damage resistance from the marked target only. It's not a blanket overall damage resist. That means that only the target that you're going for that you mark is going to deal less damage to you. While you're 20 meters in, you can press F again to dash to them. It's very fast, and on impact, Daredevil gets 2 Fury restored, which is great. Once you use the dash, Sonic Pursuit goes on cooldown. It's a 15-second cooldown, but when you down your marked target, the cooldown resets. That way you can mark and do it again. This isn't a vacuum basic attacks. There's a lot more you can do, but this is the idea with Sonic Pursuit. Mark someone, dash to them, down them, mark another, dash to them, down them, mark another, so on and so on. This is how Daredevil gets on enemies. It's fast, and we're going to tie it all together as we go. Next is his primary and base melee attacks. You need to talk about both of them. His primary is the Justice Jab. He wields billy clubs. With each hit, you gain Fury. The primary attack, your left click, is a 4-hit combo. They each deal 36 apiece, so the full combo is 144 damage. With the Fury meter, there's 3 total bars. Each hit gains half of a Fury bar, so the full combo gains 2 total Fury bars. Then we have his base melee attack. Your V on controller, probably right stick click in. This is where he punches with the billy clubs instead of swinging them. The first 2 hits are fast, a little boom boom like jab jab. Each one of these deals 18 damage. So the total of this 2-hit combo is 36, like his primary. Then after that, he has a punch. After that, another punch. Those deal 36 as well. So any melee attack that Daredevil does is 36 damage, except for the first little 1-2. It's a total of 36, but 18 apiece. The primary Justice Jab and the base melee can be chained. They can be weaved. And the base melee can cancel the primary animation. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You can combo them out. Maybe do the whole combo, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the primary. There's a little pause. So with that pause, you can do the 1-2 jab base attack. Or maybe 1-2 primary, then 1-2 melee. 1-2, 3 primary, 1 melee. It can all be comboed in. And since they all deal the same damage, with each hit gaining half of a Fury, there's a lot of ways to go about it. We'll talk about it as we go. Now on to Devil's Latch. This is his grapple. He fires this out at a maximum distance of 25 meters. You can grapple to enemies or objects. When the grapple hits an object or an enemy, you gain 2 full Fury bars, which is huge. Remember, on spawn, after you go down, you come back with 0 Fury, so you should always be using the grapple, like right at the beginning, always. That instantly gives you 2 Fury, and you're suddenly ready to go with your attacks, and by the time you get to the fight, you'll have the grapple again. If you hit an enemy, you pull them towards you and pull yourself towards them, and this is an incredible displacement tool. You can yank a strategist out of position, drag them into the midline, or just launch yourself right into a fight. Maybe try to yank an invisible woman out of her ult force field. And when you land the grapple, you unlock Righteous Cross. Let's get into that. Righteous Cross is one of Daredevil's most important damage tools. After you use certain abilities, the grapple, chains, the throw, we'll get into that, you get a 5-second window to cast Righteous Cross. It's a lunge attack, it deals 52 damage, and just like his other attacks, it generates Fury. Half a bar per hit like his other attacks. It's a clean finisher, a nice opener, all of it. It fits in almost every combo that you're gonna do. Next is Infernal Fury. This is where Daredevil cashes in. When you have 2 Fury or more, you can use either Devil's Chain or Devil's Throw. Both of these consume 2 Fury once you use them, and after you use them, both are going to unlock Righteous Fury afterwards. Devil's Chain is massive. It's huge. Daredevil links his clubs with the chain and slams them down forward. The damage dealt is converted directly into bonus health. So here's what you need to know and what you need to do with it. Very important. Extremely important. At close range, if you hit him with the chain part, it deals 42 damage and heals you for about 55. It's a 97 health point swing in your favor, but here's the deal with this attack. You need to actually aim it and aim it properly. If you look down at your feet and slam it, that's where the clubs go. So if you slam this down at your enemy's feet, if you actually land the clubs, not the chain, it deals full damage, which is 84. And the bonus health you gain is also 84. So that's a 168 health point swing in an instant. But the trick to it is aiming it. Don't just throw it at their chest. If you're right on top of them, aim this thing down close to their feet. Even if they're airborne, track them and make the clubs go onto them, not at them. You have to aim this thing. And when you land full damage, it's 84 damage, 84 bonus health, and then you follow it up immediately with a Righteous Cross for another 52. Just from the attack, it's 136 fast damage, and you get a health boost. Devil's Throw is the other option. You launch the clubs in a 40-meter line. Each hit deals 34 damage. If you throw this on a single target, it's going to hit them twice for 68 damage, but if there's multiple enemies, it will ricochet, and it's common for your main target to eat 3 or 4 hits. That's up to 136 damage. And just like the chain, afterwards you can follow up with a Righteous Cross for even more burst. And this leads us to one of the strongest and easiest combos in the entire game. You're going to make sure you have 2 Fury, usually by grapple. Mark your target. Make sure you're 20 meters and in because you're going to be dashing. You're going to bring out the chains. From here, use Devil's Throw. He throws the clubs and immediately you dash in. He gets the clubs out, it cancels all the other animations, and you're flying in. Once you're there, you immediately Righteous Cross them. This simple thing, it's 141 damage. just right away. 68 from the billy club throw, 21 from hitting them with the dash, and then 52 from the cross. Like instantly. This alone is about half the health of Strategist, and honestly, half the roster. But here's the kicker. Since you dashed, you're right on top of them. The dash landing means you get 2 Fury back. And then after you land the cross, that's also half a Fury bar. So you're sitting at 2.5 bars right after you do this. From there, you bring out the chains, slam the ground, that's 84 damage, you get 84 health, and then Righteous Cross again. That's another 136 damage. The full sequence totals 277 damage and you get bonus health. And 277 downs like half the roster. And in total, counting the damage you deal and the health you get, it's swinging fights by over 400 hit points in your favor. And landing the full damage from the chain slam on the enemy is key to one-shot combos. Like, you have to do it. It's easy, big damage, and it's out of nowhere. You're far away, then you're right on top of them. And so much so out of nowhere, I legit call it the RKO combo.
Matt Hardy crashed and burned.
And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! KO! Here's the cover. Hook of the line. And the legend.
Have Infernal Fury ready, mark them, throw clubs, dash, Righteous Cross, chain slam the ground on their feet, Righteous Cross. And for higher health targets or there's a ton of healing going on, from there, you weave in your primaries and melees to recharge Fury. Then keep looping chains and crosses, giving yourself bonus health along the way. It is brutal, and once you get in rhythm, it's really easy to execute. Now, let's talk about defense. We have the ability Objection. It's on a 12-second cooldown, and it's incredible. He whirls his billy clubs in a tight guard, blocking all frontal damage for 2 seconds. And not only does it block, it reflects projectiles straight back at the enemies in the direction that you're aiming. And you gain Fury while it's active. So this can reflect huge ults like Iron Man, Magneto, as well as abilities like Luna's Freeze, Mantis Sleep. It makes you immune to CC things like Doctor Strange, Wanda's ult. You just completely block it. But not Jeff. You're immune from the front for those 2 seconds. Plus, it can deal chip damage if you're right on top. Not only are you just throwing their damage back at them, the clubs themselves hit for a total of 50 if you land everything. The real value is turning the enemy power back onto them, so you're going to save it for those critical moments when a big ult's getting ready to happen or a burst is coming your way. It also acts kind of like a shield, so if you have a strategist right behind you and you're blocking everything in front, you can shield them. Finally, his ultimate, Let the Devil Out. When you activate it, Daredevil embraces the beast within. It goes out 15 meters in every direction from you. When you look at an enemy, they're in line of sight, you're going to see a red hand icon above their head. It fills up, blinding them more and more. And during this ult, you constantly generate Fury. So this is your moment to unleash everything that you got. Mark a target, dash them, slam chains, throw crosses. Immediately go to the next. And while this ult is going on, and you're dashing and running them down, enemies are ticking health as you're closing in and spamming your Fury abilities nonstop. You're also getting health back from the chain slam. It is overwhelming pressure, and if you position it well, it's very good. His team-ups with the Punisher. Punisher gets a shock grenade, and the damage from that can blind them. But the important key here of this team-up is that whatever target Daredevil marks, Punisher can see them too. So let's say you mark an enemy Luna. You can both work together, getting the pick from different angles. It's very cool. It's a great team-up. I fully expect them to be together. In conclusion, Daredevil is straight up one of the deadliest heroes I've seen so far. He hunts, he punishes. Once he gets rolling, he feels unstoppable at times. Can he be shut down? Sure. You're going to see a lot of Emma, and I fully expect Emma or Daredevil to be banned in comp matches. Probably both. He's the definition of pressure, chaining combos into insane damage swings, turn fights with sustain and mobility. He's fast, punishing, and once you understand how to manage the Fury and the combos, especially the RKO combo, you're rolling, taking out strategists, problematic DPS, pulling strategists out of position, shutting down big damage with Objection. It goes on and on. I didn't talk about it, but he does have pure peel capabilities. Say a Spider-Man is diving on your backline strategist. You can mark them, dash right to whoever's doing the dive, and make them deal with you. And so far, it feels like he always has a way to impact the match, one way or another. And so far, honestly, he's one of the most complete duelists in Marvel Rivals. He's got a lot of things that he can do, and I can't wait to see what players do once he hits the live game. And I plan to do even more testing and a full review once that happens. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Daredevil. Things that you like, things that you don't like, and how do you think he's going to fit in the meta? Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.